Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk About Singing. My name is Marco. I'm a singer, songwriter, vocal coach from Italy, living in New York City. Today we're going to talk about a question that I get asked a lot, especially from people who are just starting to learn how to sing. How do I choose the right song? This might seem like a very simple question and a beginner question. Many professional singers might think, I don't need to hear this, I don't need to know this. Well, trust me, I've seen many times professional singers actually falling into the trick of choosing the wrong song for themselves despite how talented they are, and maybe ending up doing a performance that's not really their best. When we choose a song instinctively, the first choice we make is based on our taste. We listen to a song, we like it, it gives us emotions and feelings, it resonates with us, we connect with the song, maybe because of the subject of it, or maybe there's just something about the melody that captures our ear and our attention, and so instinctively, this is the first choice we make. I listen to a song, I like it, I want to sing. That is totally okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but one thing that's very important when we approach singing as a learning process is that learning how to sing means also learning how to listen. As I already said in my previous video, before being singers, we are listeners. We are consumers of music with our ears first, before phonating, before vocalizing, before making any sound, before attempting to sing a song, we listen. So our ear is actually a huge part of our instrument voice. It's so important, and at the same time, we disregard it so much. When I say that you need to learn how to listen, I don't mean that you have a hearing issue. I mean that hearing and listening are not exactly the same thing, and there are different levels in the listening process on how deep you can go in this process of listening to music. When we choose a song as we listen to it, we want to make sure that we are capable of analyzing it. Analyze the song musically, especially vocally, to make sure that it fits us, that it's good for us. We should be able to answer some questions after we listen, like, does this singer match my tone? Does the song match my range? How hard it is in terms of intervals, switches of register, riffs and runs, control of the breath, and so on. This might sound a lot at first. If you're a beginner, you might think like, wow, there's so much to go through. It's actually not as hard as you think if you train your ear. And that is so important because sometimes some songs might sound easy because of how effortlessly the original singer delivers the vocals in that song. So many times I listen to a song and I think, it doesn't sound too hard. And then I try and I'm like, oh my God, this is so high, this is so complicated, because maybe the original singer was so comfortable singing that song for them in that range that it makes it sound so effortless, and you are fooled by that. I'm fooled by that too. And this is why it's important to recognize some specific characteristics of the voice so that we can choose better what is good for us in this moment. And trust me, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I don't want anybody to think that anything is too hard. I just want you to be realistic with what you can do right now, because it's a lot more effective to learn something that it's approachable at the beginning and start from there to develop your skills and your technique, than maybe be discouraged right away with a song that doesn't exactly match your voice and your skills right now. The first suggestion I give you is sing on the track. Sing on the original track on top of the original vocals and see how it feels. Your body is a perfect machine for analyzing what is going on. So listen to your body sensation. We are so obsessed by our vocals in terms of pitch and being perfect and delivering emotion that sometimes we forget to listen to our body. Are we tensing up? Are we squeezing? Are we closing our throat? Does it feel like we have to put a lot of effort to sing that song? Are we exhausted at the end of it? Well, if all these things are happening, probably it might be not the best song for you, or maybe the song is in a key that it's not good for you. And we're gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna do a separate video on how to choose the right key. But trust that initial instinct. I sang the song, I am exhausted, my throat hurts, it doesn't feel good. Maybe it's not the right choice for now. So I would say choose something that feels easy, but also pay attention to the tone quality. The more I teach, the more I realize that a lot of people have no idea what kind of voice they have, which might sound absurd for a lot of people. Like, how can you not know what kind of voice you have? Well, it's not that automatic for everybody. It comes from a lack of listening education. So I would say record yourself. And that is also a very tricky thing to say, because when we record ourselves, we never like our voice and we always tend to judge our vocals. But I would say record and listen to your voice in terms of what kind of quality would you give to your voice? Would you say that your voice is dark and deep and big and rounded, or would you say that maybe it's bright and light and soft and breathy? Learn to describe your voice, again, based on instinctive responses. All of us are more or less capable of understanding what a bright sound is, what a dark sound is. Think in terms of musical instruments. A double bass is definitely dark and deep and low pitched, and a trumpet is very bright and clear and it has like a shiny effect, right? So how is our voice? How is our comfortable voice? How is our voice when it's not under pressure? When we normally speak, when we sing something that feels good, how is our voice when we are comfortable? And then try to associate that voice to other singers who have similar tones. This is so important because so many times I see people choosing the wrong song and starting with the wrong song, choosing something that is so far tone-wise from what they have. If you have a beautiful, dark, low tone and you're a guy and you want to learn how to sing in Queen, that is probably not going to be the best choice for you. And trust me, changing the octaves, either higher or lower, never feels good, never sounds good. It never works unless you are rearranging the song. Hey, if you're rearranging the song, if you're making it your own, if you're changing the instrumentation, if you're doing a very particular version of a song, then there's no rules and you can do whatever you want. I'm just talking about you're starting to sing, you want to sing, you choose a song, and you have a beautiful dark low tone and you want to sing Queen, probably not going to happen. At the same time, if you have a very bright, high voice, very powerful, and you can belt comfortably and you want to learn how to sing and you choose Johnny Cash, that is also probably not going to sound the best. Remember what I said in the first video when I was talking about imitation. As human beings, we learn everything through imitation. We learn how to walk, we learn how to talk, we learn how to move, we learn how to live. Looking at our parents, looking at our friends, looking at the environment around us. Same way when it comes to singing, if you learn through something that sounds like you, that is close to you, if you start like that, it's going to be so much quicker and so much more effective because it'll resonate with you, it'll feel comfortable, it'll feel accessible, it'll feel doable. Because it is. And remember, there is no such thing as an easy song. A lot of songs sound easy because the melody is catchy, because the way the song is written is very, very easy to listen to, but that doesn't mean that it's easy to sing. When you analyze a song, when you learn to analyze a song, you will see how many difficulties there are in songs that sound apparently easy. Don't get fooled by an easy melody or a song that maybe doesn't cover too much range. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy, and don't feel discouraged and don't think you're less talented than others if you can't sing songs that appear to be difficult at first. There is no such thing as an easy song. Remember that. I also understand that there are some songs that we really like and we can be stubborn sometimes as singers. I am stubborn too, and we absolutely want to learn a song and we insist and we want to make sure that we work hard on something and that we succeed. Again, it's totally fine. I'm not saying give up on that song. I'm not saying to anybody give up on any song. I'm just saying if you're in the process of studying and learning, what you should ask yourself is this song going to help me learn? Because you could start a vicious circle of negativity just by choosing the wrong song. So many times I have people come into class and saying that they can't sing and that they're terrible singers and that they don't know how to match pitch, and then they choose a song that is completely wrong for them, for their voice, for their range, for their style, for everything. And they don't sound good. Of course they don't sound good. And because they don't sound good, they think they're not good singers. So think about this vicious circle. You choose a song that is too complicated for you or that simply doesn't match your voice. You make an attempt to sing it. You fail, or it doesn't feel good, or it doesn't sound good. Because of that, you get nervous about it. You get negative. You start tensing up because of the nerves. The next time you try, you're even more tense, so you're going to succeed even less. Because you fail at it, you're going to think that you're not a good singer. When in reality, maybe that was just not the best choice for you. But think about the positive circle that you can create. You choose a song that is good for you. You try and you succeed. Because you succeed, you relax and you feel confident most of all. Because you gain confidence, you approach singing in a different way, more relaxed, more prepared, your breath is more under control, your muscles are distended, and then probably the next song you try, you're gonna sound better just out of this state of mind that you have because you chose the right song. And it's not a problem if we don't sound like our favorite singers. As I said in the first video, we are all unique instruments. You don't have to sound like your favorite singers. It's good that you don't. They don't try to sound like anybody else. That's why they're your favorite singers, because they're their own instrument. They're their own artists. They are unique instruments. You want to be a unique instrument. So if you try to sing like Ed Sheeran, like Mariah Carey, and you don't succeed, good. They don't want to sound like anybody else. You don't want to sound like them. So know your boundaries, but knowing your boundaries doesn't mean knowing your limitations. Boundaries are not limitations. There is absolutely nothing wrong in not being able to sing every song in the world. It's fine. Nobody is capable of that. Find what you like, find what you love, find what resonates with you, find what you are comfortable at singing. Start from that and then improve and step out of your comfort zone after you master your comfort zone. There's no point in starting from being uncomfortable. How can you learn? If you're not capable of mastering your comfort zone, there is no way you're gonna learn by stepping out of it right away. There are millions of songs out there. You literally have the whole music world in your hand, in your phone, on every streaming platform. Just be curious. Don't limit yourself to the mainstream. There are so many songs, so many artists. You can absolutely find someone that is more suitable for your voice. Just don't stick to what everybody else is singing. Just don't stick to what you see on TV. Look for music, find it, be curious. Everything is out there. Everything is in your hand, at your disposal. And every time you listen to something, learn to analyze it and learn to understand your relation to that. Where are you compared to that? Most of the times we choose songs that are really hard to sing because that's what we hear on the radio. You know, let's make an example. You are a girl and you want to sing Whitney Houston, right? When you approach Whitney Houston, you have to be able to understand what we are talking about. We are talking about some of the hardest songs ever written because she was one of the best singers in the world. So Whitney Houston songs have huge range, switches of registers, riffs and runs. Now, there are so many things going on. Why would you want to start with something that is so complicated? The fact that you can't sing some of the hardest songs ever written right away, it's normal. You are a normal person who's trying to learn how to sing. Many professional singers are not capable of that. And guess what? They accept that because they're great at doing what they're good at. They're great at being themselves. And there's another positive things when you choose a song that's comfortable for you. Imagine this. You insist on one song that is not right for you, and it's going to take you months to even sound slightly okay trying to sing it. But what you could have done in those months is learn many different songs that are comfortable for you. And then maybe after all that time, you could approach that first song that you wanted to sing and realize that you improved so much by learning different songs that are apparently easier. And now you can actually sing that song. Or maybe you are better at it. I've seen this all the time. It happens all the time. Students come in, they want to sing a song, it's too hard for them. I convince them to leave it aside for a little bit, and then we work on 4, 5, 6, 10 other songs in the course of months or a year, and then we go back to the song, and just like that, they're capable of singing it. And that's because they learned to be comfortable through the other songs. And so at that point, instead of stressing on one song and being frustrated about it and insisting on something that is so complicated for so much time, now they actually have a repertoire of different songs, and they can add that initial song to that repertoire because they didn't focus on that. They try to work on their skills on comfortable songs, on songs that are suitable for their voice, and now they can finally step out of their comfort zone, and because of what they learned, they can go back to that song and nail it. So guys, please trust me, listen to your own voice without judgment. Find out what kind of tone you have, Where are you comfortable right now? Trust your body sensation, trust your instinct, learn to develop your ear. Your ear is just as important as your throat. Don't disregard it. And then start from what you're comfortable at. Start with what resonates with you in terms of comfort. And then from there, expand your skills, your technique, practice, and then go back to something that was difficult at first and see how much better it is now. Thank you guys so much. I hope you found that helpful. I'm gonna see you soon with a new video. Please leave a comment, please subscribe, let me know what you think. Let's start a conversation about this. See you in the next video. This is Let's Talk About Singing. I am Marco. Bye. Ciao.